Perfect. Hey, and right here at the top of the show.
Wait, we haven't hit the top of the show yet. I got to hit the intro.
Hit the intro.
I want
again.
everybody to hit the intro. It's kind of a big deal.
Do it.
Like, this isn't no dopey little intro. Anyway, so what I was saying when you couldn't hear me earlier was that we've got a new video montage coming up that we're going to kick off the show with. We're going to start it next week when we're in the fannies. So in the meantime, while we're working on the video montage, we have new audio, and notice there's new voiceover work going on in our audio. Here you go. Check it out. New intro for Raiders Fan Radio.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Paletnikov, a leaking pass, touchdown!
We miss you. We love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down. Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio, hosted by Murf, Uncle Mosh, and Swag Jeff. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Brent Musburger.
Yeah.
How cool is that, man? Anyways, I hope you all in the chat got to hear that, and appreciate you joining us for this episode number 209 of Raiders Fan Radio. So the video's been screwed up. The audio's been screwed up. Can you tell that we've been kind of out of this for a minute? But back from Vegas and ready to talk to you about some Las Vegas Raiders football tonight. Appreciate Uncle Mosh being here. Appreciate Swag Jeff being here. We got so much to get to tonight, as per usual. We have some really cool giveaways to get to tonight, and of course, 100% of the money that we get from you all and your very, very kind donations during these giveaways goes to the Paletnikov Foundation. And as of right now, our goal was to, based on the amount we gave last time, which was which was $2,000. Our goal was to hit 2,500. We just wanted to grow over what we did last time.
Right.
And now, Uncle Mosh, we're gonna bump, maybe getting what, doubling that.
That's what we're shooting for. And so here's the cool thing: we're already getting folks that have donated tonight. And we decided that what we're going to do is we're just going to give like a ticker, like every 10 minutes or something. Swaggy J, because he was trying to do the show and doing the chips and doing keeping up with that. So we're going to give him a little bit of a break on that, and we'll hit to him every 10 or 15 minutes, and he can give us an update. We already have somebody that has thrown in a donation, but I'm not going to steal his thunder. I'll let him get to that in a second. I do want to address one thing,
please,
a couple things.
Okay.
Q-Dog went to Vegas last time. He was on his way a couple
of weeks ago or something.
Yeah,
right?
The last time we had a show, and I haven't listened to his call in for this week to see if he gave a report on that. But he did ask when we redo the beginning, the opening. You said you were going to redo it.
Yeah.
He wants to know: is it going to make him look slimmer? And if it makes him look slimmer, I want to look slimmer.
I'll try to. I think I can adjust the aspect ratio for you guys, and that's probably about all I can do. Because otherwise, you got to adjust your own aspect ratios.
Hey! I got your aspect right here in your ratio, pal.
you got to visit the treadmill and a salad bar.
Well, we got so many people in the Edgar V, Q Dog, Chevy Silver Raider, Repeat, Raider Flash, Michelle Kiljadas. Hefe from KC is here.
Hey, what's up, Hefe?
Raider, Silver and Black Smith, Corey Fleck. When the Universe Speaks.
I love, the When the Universe Speaks. That's, of course, our buddy Mojo. And I love it that Mojo says the camera adds 10 pounds, Swag Jeff. What do you think about that?
Hopefully that's the case.
Well, and it says that your face is red, so I'm going to adjust your light here and try to get you.
It's
Well,
good.
You look awful sunburned, Swag Jeff. But what do you got going on there? Tell us about what you got in your world there, Swag Jeff.
Yeah, so we've got some donations. Mojo with a $25 donation to the One Nation Foundation. Aaron the Q-Dog Raider 1911 donation, and Raider Rich a $5 donation. Now, how do we do that as far as Mojo and Aaron? I mean, they should get chips, right?
They get chips.
Yeah, they get chips.
Hey, here's the thing.
They
They get chips, and one of the cool things that you had happening last time we had one of these is people were available or had the opportunity to say, hey, I want to throw my chips towards this person.
Yeah.
I want to throw my chips towards that person.
Exactly.
We're down with that. But I do want, Swaggy, being the social media director that we are, I need you to talk about something else.
Okay.
You need to, because there's people. I'm not the only curmudgeon that listens or that partakes in this show, but the tiki-taki. Okay.
Oh,
Rick,
yeah. Talk about the TikTok.
Raider Rich says RFR's TikTok is hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Was that
thank you.
stupid dance thing you were doing?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We just posted one, and it's amazing. It's what all the cool kids are doing now.
What's that? Dancing like that?
Dancing just like that, man. Yeah, dancing and lip syncing and all this stuff on the TikTok.
Okay. See how red his face is?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's even more red now.
yeah, it's gotten worse.
Well, the colorblind guy is adjusting the light. How's that?
Try turning it off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
someone
how
said,
do they
someone
go to
said
that?
I looked red. Well, someone said I looked red, and it said no, it's just because I'm because I'm fat and sweaty. And then someone else said, why does Swag look so mad? It's because I got resting bitch face too.
So you got RBF.
I got RBF and the red
RFR
face.
Live.
Can we
Yeah.
get makeup in here, please? That's sorry. That's what you got right there.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Well,
What you got?
The little red guy.
Yeah.
we'll make it work.
Look, we're all a little off here tonight.
It's fine.
That's it. It's all right.
fine.
And we're gonna get through this thing just fine.
We're gonna
Swag
get through
Jeff,
it.
tell them what the heck we're giving away tonight, please.
So we are giving away something incredible.
And quit looking so mad about it.
Bro, I'm just focused, man. And I'm also mad because we're almost 30 minutes into the show, and this is my first airtime.
You were busy, dude. You were over there counting chips, okay?
Nah, I didn't count none. It's fine. Okay. So
Here we go.
All right,
Drum
here
roll.
we go. All right, here we go.
So tonight, for every $10 donation we give to the One Nation Foundation, you get one poker chip to get this Max Crosby signed jersey.
Let's go.
Let's go. So every $10 get in the mix, get you one entry to the Max Crosby jersey. It's unbelievable, man. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I wish I could.
I was just thinking, can I give Vinny like some money and have him call in for me?
Yeah, I need to start making some
No.
fake YouTube accounts.
But yes, 100% of the money that we get from you all from a multitude of ways. So, of course, these wonderful donations that we get in the super chat during the show, all that money goes to the One Nation Foundation. Anything that you buy on our TeePublic site, that money goes to One Nation Foundation. Any of the direct donations you do via PayPal at onenationfoundation.net, all of that goes directly to the One Nation Foundation. And in this season of giving, we're giving all of that money away to the Bolitnikoff Foundation, which, of course, supports Tracy's Place of Hope. And we look forward to attending the event. We will all be there at the event this week, this year in October, and be able to present that check live, Uncle Mosh.
Hey, so that's great, and we're doing a great job, and you know, and we're not a fundraising organization. That's just a little bit of a part of what we do.
We just hang out and talk about the Raiders.
So that's what's cool. But one of the things that we got to do is we got to get some more. We need people to call your people or send them an email, send them a text, and tell them we're back. We're back, baby. All three of us are back in. We're doing it. We're giving stuff away. We're doing whatever we can do to have fun in the off season, to talk about the Raiders. You're going to give us a recap about Vegas here in a minute. Get out there. Get on the phone. Get on the text. Tell your folks. What do we have? 500 views last week? We got to get that sucker back up to where it needs to be, these 2,500 views.
It's the offiest of the offseason.
The offiest of the offseason, and now that we're TikToking, and
We're
all
ticking
that.
and we're
We got
talking.
more.
We're ticking
Listen. This is the
Tell the story about
This is the
TikTok.
state of Raiders Fan Radio. We have more heat on TikTok than we do on YouTube.
Yeah, what? It's been 6 days
Yeah.
and we've got like 300 followers almost.
Yeah, and videos in the thousands. So, anyways, but we appreciate you. Listen, tell your friends about us, please. If you like what we do here, and know that whatever we do in terms of like revenue generation, that we give 100% of that away, and we just depend on your word of mouth. And if you like what you see, please share it with your friends. Tell your Raider friends. If you're part of any booster clubs or in Raider groups or anything, share our stuff, please. It does a world of good for us, and then and because of that, we're able to give away more money. That's what this thing is all about.
We're having fun with it, too.
We like to have fun with it, and look, we're gonna do this if there's 5 people watching or there's 5 billion people watching. Doesn't matter. The 3 of us knuckleheads are gonna sit here in my bonus room and talk about the Raiders and enjoy talking about the Raiders, because this is a way that we like to hang out and spend time. So we're gonna do it one way or the other, but the more traction we can get, the more good we can do with it. And so we appreciate you for doing that. All right, so here we are, episode number 209 of Raiders Fan Radio. At the top of the show, 35 minutes in, and always at the top of the show, we take our episode number and we reference it back to something significant within Raider Nation. This is episode number 209, and the man that has that responsibility and does such a fantastic job at it is the one and only guy that adorns the southern annex of the western annex of the Murf Fan Cave desk. Give it up for Swag Jeff.
Yeah. So before I get into that, I do want to update you real quick. We're gonna be doing 10 or 15 minute updates, and they're pouring in.
Oh my
here.
gosh, they're flying in there.
Yeah, they're pouring in, man. So Pete M gave a $20 donation to the One Nation Foundation
Let's go,
for
Pete.
the jersey and to make Swag less mad. And then we got another $20 donation from Mojo. We got a $15 donation, so you got 1.5 entries in there. Silver and Blacksmith. Edgar V with a $25 donation, so he has 2 poker chips as well. Hold on, let me write this down so I don't forget it. So every episode number, Swag Jeff.
I know we're all mumble mouths tonight.
I know,
too. That's
right?
the-
So Swag Jeff takes a significant moment in Raider history and relates it back to the episode number. And this episode is 209, and we're going to be talking about another one of your guys, Murf.
Oh, let's go,
Another
dude.
one of your guys. It's a
Okay.
guy that Murf donned his number in high school and wore it on the football field. We're talking about number 80,
Where's the picture?
86. Swervin' Mervyn Fernandez.
Let's go,
Let's
dude.
go. He's a career Raider. 86 games for number 86. And he compiled 3,764 yards through the air for 19 touchdowns.
Wow.
For his career, 209 career receptions.
No
Oh,
way.
Yeah.
dude.
Absolutely.
Nicely
absolutely.
done,
Yeah.
Swag Jeff. Nicely done.
Well, yeah.
All right, Mosh, give him some applause and take us to your contact info.
Absolutely. All right, boys and girls, pay attention. You got your old Uncle
that's so
Mosh
quiet.
here with an update. That's right. I
we
got
go.
some stuff for you. Take out a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen. Heck, use your pocket knife and carve the info into your dashboard as you're driving down the highway. First off, you need to like us on our fan page on Facebook. That's right. Go to Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. Don't forget about the Twitter. You know your old Uncle Mosh, he twits now. That's right. Go to at Raiders Fan Radio. Also, don't forget the Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about our website? That's right, RaidersFanRadio.com. Heck, if you want to, you can even email us show@RaidersFanRadio.com or call us on the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Don't forget Murf's Fan Cave on the YouTube, where you can get all the show links like the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz. Find all our stuff on podcast providers like Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. All right, did I hit the time limit? Good.
For those of you watching on the YouTube, Uncle Mosh is doing his best Kung Fu movie overdub impression over there.
That could have been on TikTok.
Well, we'll have to clip that out. Yeah. So, all I got to say to you is this, Uncle Mosh. Dragon Chung Lee, I hear you're pretty good. You want to fight? Fight me.
You look so damn stupid.
So 2 years ago in 2019,
Yes.
we went to the Bolitnikoff Foundation, and you and I were. Jeff was over there.
He was over there stalking Art Shell.
Art Shell was
Taking selfies with Art.
Art Shell was pounding Jeff into the ground, and you and I literally bump into Mervyn.
Yeah.
And I took this picture of you and Mervyn.
Oh, so cool, man.
And it was so cool because you were a little starstruck. You were a little little fanboy there. And I go, tell him what number you had. And you guys started talking, and it was like you guys were like best friends. It was so cool.
Yeah, because we played for the same coach.
The same coach, and he was Mervyn was the most gracious guy. He loved it. He loved it.
So
he thought it was so cool.
So cool. Yeah. So we went to the same high school, played for the same coach. I wore his number because I was such a big fan of his. And so, yeah, that was super cool in that moment. Thank you, Mosh. Because Mosh was like, you got to tell him. Because I'm just sitting there going like, I get a little fanboy, man. Like I'm going to own that stuff. And listen, I got fanboyed last week too. And I not wait to tell you all about the trip to Vegas. That'll be coming up here soon. But before we get to that, I want to tell you a little housekeeping here for the show for Raiders Fan Radio. So we're going through a little bit of a rebrand. For a while now, we were a little afraid to use the word Raiders. And so we went to the Murf's fan cave thing because that way we could avoid any cease and desist or lawsuits or anything from the Raiders themselves. But I think at this point now, and after demonstrating that we are not a for-profit thing here, we're giving everything away. We want to really stick with that Raiders Fan Radio brand. And so anyway, so we're gonna put that out there on all of our broadcast sites. We're gonna have some new logos coming your way. Although we really love this new logo, this RFR Live logo that Scarlett so kindly made for us, and have put that out there. It's got the Raiders shield, and so we understand that's a trademarked object, and so we don't want to infringe on their mark. And so we're going to have a few new things coming your way, but we're going to hope that term Raiders Fan Radio is okay as far as the title. So that'll be kind of around everywhere. So you'll look for that going forward. Also, our show, one of our favorite shows of the year, is the Fanny Awards. And so that's our annual award show that is often self-referential, but basically is built to kind of honor the amazing content that we get from you all each and every week, the amazing calls and emails, and just kind of some fun that we've had in-studio guests that we've had throughout the course of the year. We want to celebrate all that. That will be next week. And so wear your Raider best. We kind of dress up in our Raider best around here. So join in the party. Wear your Raider best to walk that silver and black carpet, and send us that stuff on your social media. Send us what your fancy Raider gear looks like.
Mojo says the fannies is the nonsense that I'm here for.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's what we're talking about. Hey, we can do nonsense. Like we're pretty good at doing nonsense and silliness, and so appreciate that, Mojo. And yeah, check out the fannies for sure. Also, we've got a new show coming your way. So, in fact, Mosh, would you be so kind? I should have grabbed it, but would you grab that Raiders encyclopedia right there that's over there by you? So, a few months ago, we had the honor to interview Rich Schmelter. Rich, thank you, Mosh. So Rich is the author of this book. This is the Raiders Encyclopedia. It's all coaches, games, and more from all the way through to the 2009 and 10 season. There you go. You see Richard's name there. He's the author. So Richard and I had such a blast during this interview and have kindled a friendship off the air. And Rich is a great dude. He's an amazing Raider historian. Big surprise, the guy that authored the Raiders Encyclopedia would be an incredible historian. But not only is Rich have it all up here, Mosh, in terms of like knowing all these things, because he's like you. He just has like he's like a steel trap for history, right? Like, you know so much about American history, you just are able to rattle stuff off. Rich is like that around the Raiders. Rich is going to do a show that we're going to feature here on Raiders Fan Radio on the history of the team. And not only is it going to be just Rich talking about the history of the team, but he's got so many connections being an author and a published author multiple times that he's got all kinds of people that he's going to be interviewing. Like, so he'll have kind of like our Tales from the Nation, Jeff. He'll take something like
Nice.
Something that was unique and famous within history, and then feature somebody that was a part of that. And that we're going to have on our network. And so we're very proud to announce that. We don't have specifics yet in terms of release dates and whatnot, but stay tuned, and much respect to Rich Schmelter for becoming part of the Raiders Fan Radio family.
Wow,
awesome.
that is
So
great.
cool.
That is so cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very, very cool stuff. Look forward to working with him for sure. All right, so speaking of respect, so at the top of the show here, how many times did we have at the top of the show?
Well, we're 36 minutes in, but we're all right. We're good.
We
We're
had a lot of tops.
Hey, Mojo's here tonight.
Yeah, he is.
Also, at the beginning of our show, we do a little thing called respect. We don't do props. We don't do shout outs. Nothing wrong with those things. But, we're Italian. We like to give a little bit of respect. So I like to give respect to a handful of folks. As you know, or for those of you that pay attention anyways, I just got back from Vegas, and I'm going to talk about my Vegas trip in a little while, especially the stadium tour. But I want to give respect at the top here to Charles Adams, who engages with us on social media all the time. Charles is an employee of Allegiant Stadium, and he's always sending us videos and pictures and all kinds of stuff. And so a lot of respect to Charles, but also the Allegiant Stadium staff was amazing, top notch. Like, go figure, you get good service in Vegas.
Right.
The
Yeah.
nicest people, the friendliest staff, like the accommodations were absolutely top notch. So anybody that's responsible for that, from everybody from operations to the people that lay the field to the people that greet you when you walk in, everyone was highly friendly. The tour folks, all that was incredible. So much, much respect to you. Also, while I was in Vegas, I met some people. I met some folks. I guess I should get pictures for that ready too.
Yeah.
So I met some folks when I was in Vegas, and first at the top here, I want to give respect to a lady who is a fellow Blue Wire podcaster. She does a show on the Blue Wire pods, and that is Colleen Wolfe. So
Yeah.
Colleen is a host, Mosh, on NFL Network. She's on NFL Network all the time.
Right.
And does a ton. She's hosted draft shows. She's done all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so I just got off the phone with Jeff, actually.
Yep.
And so there's a picture there of me and Colleen. I just got off the phone with Jeff, and I look over, and she's got a big group of people around her, and I see that it's Colleen Wolfe, and I'm like, that's Colleen Wolfe. So I go walking over there to her, and I go, excuse me, I don't want to interrupt. She's with a bunch of people, and I go, are you Colleen Wolfe? And it was so funny because like the 10 people that she was with all at the same time go, ah! and I'm like, and I go like, what? And it was her husband. I found out his name is John. Her husband goes, I told you. and I look at him, and they all go, we told you were going to get recognized. And so we're right there in the middle of the lobby of the Aria there. And so John goes, do you want a picture? And I go, sure.
This is her husband.
This is her husband, yeah. So I take my phone out of my pocket, and he was so kind to take a picture of me and Colleen there. But then engaged on like, so, because I told him, I go, I'm an NFL Network junkie. Like, I watch it all the time.
It's on all the time.
It's on all the time. And so they're like, so, what team do you root for? Blah, blah. And I showed them my tattoo, and they're like, oh, that's so badass, and blah, blah, blah. And so we just had like just a few minutes of conversation. So nice, so kind. So much respect to Colleen Wolfe, her husband, John, their crew that was with them. Looked like a bunch of family and friends. Thank you so much. That was really, really cool. All right, Mosh, I'm treading in some dangerous water here, but I'm going to give respect to a couple Broncos because I couldn't find any Raiders in Vegas. Apparently,
And you looked.
And I looked, and apparently I just missed Max Crosby at the Aria Casino, but I never ran into any Raiders, but I did run into Champ Bailey, who was, at first I thought a little unkind, but then ended up being really cool. Champ Bailey, of course, legendary in their world, donkey, and one of the top corners at the time he played. But then also, I ran into freaking Von Miller at dinner, and And so there's me and Von Miller at dinner, and I told him I asked him, I go, hey Von, can I get a pic? And he goes, yeah, sure, man. And so I stand with him, and I go, look, I'd like a picture. I go, but I'm a Raider fan, and he goes, yeah, we all have our weaknesses. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, he's good to play a little bit. So I told him like what Mosh told Tommy Lasorda. I said, well, that's cool. I said, because I've hated you for a long time anyways.
Right.
So we go to get the picture taken, and my phone has of course, a big Raiders shield on the back of it. And Von Miller goes, all right, plug your ears, kids. Von Miller goes, oh man, you got that shit on your phone too?
Hell yeah.
So funny, man. It was so funny. So anyways, respect to Von Miller. Look, Von was in town and gave respect to Max Crosby, speaking of Max, and numerous other players while he was there. So we got no hate for him at this point. I hope he loses every single football game he ever plays in, but absolutely a very, very cool dude.
And of course, what was it that I said? We can only hope that he was there for a job interview.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah, because don't you know if Von Miller was on our team, we would absolutely love him, right?
Please.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's all I got for respect tonight. Let's go ahead and hit an audio break there, Mosh.
Hey,
and then we'll jump into some news.
Let me just say this: we got some folks in. Aaron Crocker from Australia.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
very, very cool.
And I can't scroll up, but somebody was in from across the pond.
Oh, it was Damage Inc., Raider Nation Scotland.
Yes. So we got folks from tonight.
Yep.
Somebody must have made the call. I'm glad you made the call.
Yep. There you go. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Where's Raider-born Rico from the Canaries?
Oh yeah, we haven't seen him and heard from him in a little bit.
It's been a minute. Yeah. Well, he's always an in-season guy, typically.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, you know what? Real quick though, Mosh, before you hit that, please go, Swag Jeff, go and give us an update on the chat room and what we got on donations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then go and take us a break.
So Kill Jadis is in there. Alfred Aspara, Dell Jr., Big Silver and Black, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Knock Andrew. Raider Flash, Graphic Raiders in there. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Graphic?
Him and I are going back and forth already because we're in the fantasy league.
Oh, nice.
We're in the fantasy league that Samoan set up for us.
Wonderful.
And yeah, I said, are you ready to get smoked this year? And he goes, nah, I'm going to smoke all y'all in fantasy this year. But we had a conversation in the chat about that and said, if anyone picks anyone that's not a Raider first, like there's an issue here. So the first 4 rounds of our draft is going to be all Raiders.
Well, that's the way I look anytime I've ever done any of these fantasy football leagues with our fellow Raider folks. I'm always like, who's the real fan? Because I'm the guy with Hunter Renfrow and Alec Ingold starting, you know what I mean, in week 6. Like, you know,
absolutely. So, but yes. So, Pirate 1975 came in huge, dropped a $50 donation to the One Nation Foundation. Chevy Silver Raider, $20. Raider Critique, $20. So, yeah. So, if you want to get in the mix here and get this.
Yeah, show that again.
Show it.
Get this Max Crosby signed jersey with the.
Stall it out there, too. Let them look at that
certificate of authenticity right here. Get a good look. If you want this, Big Bass Raider already said that would look really good next to my Darren Waller on the wall. Hey, make it so, buddy.
Yeah.
Make it so. You know what to do. Get in the mix, guys. Every $10 donation is 1 entry to win this. Get you some, bruh.
Awesome.
This is Raiders Fan Radio. I'm Brent Musburger, and I don't care who wins as long as it's the Raiders.
Wow, so Pineapple B122 Fingerhurst Aloha from Hawaii.
Yes.
In the middle of the other pond.
Hey, it's me and Pineapple in Aloha Corner, man.
Oh my gosh, how cool is that, man?
My
so
gosh.
We got Scotland, Hawaii, and Australia.
Yeah.
Scotland, Hawaii, and Australia. Yeah,
he might be Marcus Mariota's second biggest fan.
Aaron Crocker from Australia just said, I want that jersey. Tell him how to get it, Swaggy.
Hit that super chat button. Every $10 donation. What's Australian dollars to US dollars?
It's
what
like
is that?
75 grand.
Is it? Okay. Pretty sure. You know what to do, buddy. Yeah, hit that super chat. Every $10 donation gets you one poker chip. I got a lot of empty ones sitting over here.
And explain that, Jeff. What do we do? Tell them how we do the actual giveaway.
Yeah, so the actual giveaway, so we'll just use our buddy Mojo, for example.
Okay.
Mojo has donated $40.
Thank you, Mojo.
He's donated $40 tonight, and so he has 4 poker chips. So at the end of the night, once everyone has done their donations, we'll throw all this into a bucket that I got down here, and we'll mix it up and shake it up and all that stuff, and then Mosh's sausages over there will reach his hand in there, and he'll pick a winner, and that's it.
Awesome, man. And somebody, I hope that's a joke in there. Silver and Blacksmith said that signature is whack. No, it's not. We would never, ever give away
look at right here.
Yeah,
Look right here.
There's the right there. There's the
real
JSA
deal
right there, man. We would never do that.
If that signature's whack, it's only because Max Crosby may have a whack signature.
There you go.
And Kill Jadis just got in the mix there, got 1 poker chip himself.
Awesome, man. Fantastic, Kill Jadis. And thank you all so very, very much. And just know that 100% of that money you give us goes straight to the Bolitnikoff and One Nation Foundation. Thank you so very much. All right, let's talk about some Raiders news, fellas. Here we are in the middle of July. And we still got some Raider news. Not a ton. There's not anything earth-shattering going on here. But, Mosh, I want to pick your brain a little bit on this, being that you're, the old school guy, the guy that was around in the Bay Area during the heyday of the Raiders in the 70s and knowing about the mystique and everything that Al Davis built in this organization that we are still embracing to this day. I want to get your feelings on Soundbite. This comes to us from the soundbite sources from Fred Bolitnikoff, the legendary our buddy Fred. But Hondo Carpenter, who we're becoming a big fan of Hondo, he runs that Raider Mavens website, that blog or news source, anyways, on Sports Illustrated. And Hondo does constant Raider content all throughout the course of the year. Much respect for Hondo, man. He's one of the, we never shy away from taking a run at journalists that bash the Raiders. Hondo Carpenter is very fair in his reporting, very celebratory of the legacy and the history of the Raiders. And so I would like to definitely respect him. But then this interview comes from the Pritch and Clay show, which is a local Vegas Raiders show. And Hondo was sitting in. Hondo was sitting in as a co-host.
Right.
And Fred was on the show. And so let's check in with Fred Bolitnikoff on his comments around what it was like to play for Al Davis.
Fred, everybody has a great Al Davis story. Because I'm friends with Millen, I've heard a lot. I had a great Al Davis story. I'm curious, what is your greatest Al Davis story? Will you take Raider fans behind the curtain? Because everybody's got them.
Well, the one thing that I was fortunate enough to have was to be able to play for a guy, Al Davis, who was a winner. He wanted to win. I mean, that's all he wanted to do was win. And I remember when I was a rookie, and I learned that, if you had to be, this is a business, it's professional football. And I had a horrible game. It was an exhibition game, horrible game. And at that time, you played in all the second half when you're a rookie. And I dropped like 2 or 3 balls, came back later, I caught a touchdown. I was coming off the field, and this was when I was a head coach. And he looked at me and said, "I don't even know why I drafted you."
Oh,
yikes. That was my introduction to professional football.
Mosh, isn't that
Holy
crazy,
cow.
man? So here you got, this guy who ends up being a Hall of Famer, right? But talk a little bit about that. Not only because, as I mentioned, you were there for the inception of the Raiders, but also as a lifelong coach. Like, tell me your feedback on that, your thoughts on that.
It's funny because, and I've said this on air before, and I'll go on record as saying that there were 2 Als. There was the Al in the beginning, and the Al that took on the NFL, and the Al that was the maverick, and there was the Al that built the legacy and the just win baby, and then there was that small unfortunate period at the end.
Sure.
But nobody that's ever played for Mr. Davis, ever refers to him as Al with anything but reverence. And even though he said that to Biletnikoff, a thing you would never say to a student athlete, Swaggy was my athlete, for years, and I busted his chops all the time and everything. But he came on to be my assistant coach and one of my best friends and blah blah blah.
And your second favorite student,
and my second favorite all-time student. But anyway, it's inconceivable to think of something like that now. In this society, that you wouldn't say that to a person. But Al knew how to light that fire, and this is when he said Biletnikoff was a rookie.
Yeah,
Biletnikoff
in an
exhibition game, and did that light the fire? Is that what did it?
It did not work.
It did not work. But I got to say this: I watched the video that we talked about, the darker side of
the dark side of football.
The dark side of football. They reran the Raiders one, and I watched it, and I don't retract a lot of Uncle Moshnesses.
No,
but are you
going to pull something back?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna pull back a little hatred here.
Okay. All right. Hold on. I need to settle in for this here. Okay.
I'm gonna pull back. Now who were the two big name people?
Romanowski and Alzado.
Yeah. And I've always claimed that neither one of those were Raiders.
Yes, you have.
I might have to back up a little bit.
On which one?
Both of them.
No way.
When you watch this, special.
It's freaking good, man.
It's so good. And it's like, why did they zero in? At first, it pissed me off. Why are you zeroing in on Alzado? Why are you zeroing in on Romanowski? But when they talk about the reason that Al got Al, the reason Al got Alzado was because he needed it. Alzado served a purpose.
Yes, that's true.
He filled a niche that needed to be filled at the time, and Alzado didn't care, and so the attempt by bringing in Romanowski was to repeat that.
That's exactly right.
And they were both as crazy as cover your ears. They were batshit nuts, and. I don't know, man. It's just
at
first I was saying, I've always been, they were Broncos first. They were Broncos first. It's like Jerry Rice and Ronnie Lott.
Yeah.
Even though Ronnie Lott did say to Romanowski, don't ever let anybody ever punk you. Yes, they were in 49ers jerseys at the time, but that mentality, and so I might have been a little remiss in my my disclaimers of Lyle and Bill in the past, but that comes from Al Davis. That's where that comes from. That's that. I need you to come in here, and I need you to do this, and I need you to kick ass, and I need you to do all this stuff. And going back to Biletnikoff, him saying that to him, that's the kind of mentality that the Raiders were. Because I'm going, well, why isn't he talking about Sistrunk? Or why isn't he talking about Otto? Or why isn't he talking about Gene Upshaw?
Or Ben Davidson. Talk about the dark side of football.
Yeah,
give us Ben Davidson.
Yeah, but it was a 30-minute show or an hour, short show.
Yeah.
And they had to get that. And those were the two big names. And the way that Alzado went out, dying so young, so tragically, and Romanowski going out the way he went out, and there's just. I don't know. It had to be, or Hendricks. There was so much.
Many, or Tatum. There's a million. Okay, so here's what's interesting is that I've not ever had the same the same spirit around Alzado as you have, but I have around Romanowski a lot because he was a Niner and a Bronco, and played a vast majority of his career outside of a Raider uniform. But something interesting that you just said, is that Al looks for harmony, and when something works once, he'll look to do it again.
Yep.
John Madden, you don't get to John Gruden without John Madden.
Exactly.
So you you did sell me a little bit on that whole idea as well. That's a very fascinating way to take it, and I appreciate that feedback, Mosh. That's great stuff, man. That's great stuff. If you haven't seen it, go check out The Dark Side of Football, and definitely, Freddie B here with his comments about Al, as Uncle Mosh just perfectly laid it out. All right, I've got one more to get to. I got 2 more audio bites to get to. We're going to get to Swag Jeff on this one. This is Mike Garafolo on NFL Network talking about Derek Carr being underrated.
Can I talk about the first clip?
Well, sure. Go ahead, bud.
I would love to.
Okay.
If you'd let me.
Oh my God, you're so sensitive, Barney Five.
Okay, so that Biletnikoff bit, we got off on a tangent a little bit talking about the dark side of football, which is amazing.
Yes.
But what I thought was interesting, and it reminded me of another thing that I watched, and that we talked about before. Biletnikoff saying, I don't know why, or Al Davis said, I don't know why I drafted you, and all this kind of stuff. It reminds me of John Rock.
The coach, the original coach,
absolutely, because he wanted to win. And if you weren't going to win, he was going to replace your ass.
He went to the Super Bowl but didn't win.
Went to the Super Bowl but didn't win, and so hey, sorry, goodbye.
Absolutely,
bring in John Madden.
absolutely.
So
Good point.
So especially those early Madden or those early Al Davis years. I mean, he was like full on. That's when Just Win Baby was born.
Absolutely, and like Fred said there, he was the coach.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like he was the guy back then. Absolutely, setting the tone early on. Absolutely, good point, Jeff. Okay, and guess what, Jeff? You're going to lead off the next one. So here we are going back to Garafolo talking about Derek Carr, and then he's mentioning about how Derek Carr is underrated.
For me, in the present, it's Derek Carr. Man, everybody has been waiting for years on end for the Raiders to replace Carr. They had 5 first-round picks over 2 years and didn't use any of them on a quarterback. They didn't even draft one in the 2nd or 3rd round because John Gruden loves Derek Carr, and yeah, he should. I mean, over the last 3 seasons, 4,000 plus passing yards in each of them. Over the last 2 seasons, how about this? 48 pass touchdowns to 17 interceptions. Pretty darn good right there. And in 2020, he had career highs in passing yards and passer rating. But now it's time to, courtesy of our friend Matt Hamilton, drop the hammer. That should be a segment, by the way. Maybe it will be going forward. Maybe Kyle knows already because he's in the future. Maybe it is one. Here are the analytics. I was talking about those analytics that favor Carr. His completion percentage, it was 2.8% above expected. That means he's completing tight window throws or throws where his receivers don't have much separation. 6th among starters in that category, okay? Ahead of guys named Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, and Ben Roethlisberger. Derek Carr underrated. Put some respect on his name, as Kimmy Chex would say.
Come on.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. What was the stat that we showed a couple of weeks ago where it was like in the last couple seasons, who's the only guy that's thrown for 4,000 plus yards and like 10 or less interceptions or whatever it was? And it was Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Derek Carr. You know what? Let's get this guy some defense. I'm telling you, man, he's had 24th or worse defenses in every year but one. And, get this guy defense, man, because the numbers are there. The numbers don't lie.
Well, and it's interesting you brought that up, Jeff, because there's here's one of those crazy analytics things by one of those crazy analytic companies. But when you look at DVOA, okay, so DVOA is a metric put out by Football Outsiders. DVOA breaks down the entire season play by play, comparing successes on field to each play in the league average based on a number of different variables, on and on and on and on. What it stands for is defense adjusted value over average. And Football Outsider says, although we use the same letters to refer to defensive rankings, which are adjusted to take into account the quality of offensive opponents, when it's not adjusted for the opponent, the stat is called VOA. Now that sounds like stereo instructions and or Greek, but the bottom line is that this metric is that what Swag Jeff's point just was, longest droughts without a top 10 defense by Football Outsiders says that the Raiders are tied for 30th with the Miami Dolphins. So you got the bottom of the barrel there. The last time the Cleveland Browns had a top 10 defense was in 2002. Right above them, based on this DVOA, the Raiders and the Dolphins in 2006. And then, of course, as you move up the list, you get better and better teams. But that's a very, very fair point, Jeff. And also, like, one of the narratives around Derek Carr about not being able to do this or that in these certain situations, last year erased how many of those things? Like,
yeah, absolutely. We always talk and Mosh gives you crap about it because he always says this is the most important year for Derek Carr. That's what you say every year. But last year, I think he proved himself in a lot of aspects. Last year, he shut everybody up because a lot of people, including you and I, did a just you and I did that. But we talked about the 10-6 season that everyone always talks about. We do. And both of us had Marcus Mariota replacing Derek Carr at some point during the season last year. And we expected it. Everyone except for Uncle Mosh, because he doesn't do that. But a lot of people expected that to happen, and a lot of people thought that the reason why the Raiders picked up Marcus Mariota last year was because of that reason. And he shut everybody up, including myself, who is the biggest Marcus Mariota fan ever. He did everything that he was supposed to do. Can't win in the cold, can't win in KC, can't throw the deep ball, can't do the East Coast win. He did all of it last year. So yes, put some respect on this guy's name and go sack the other team's damn quarterback.
Pick off a pass.
Or pick off a pass.
How about a turnover once in a while, Raiders?
Nice.
Don't give up a 3rd and 13.
And twist freaking Ryan Fitzpatrick's face off. You know what I mean? Like,
or if you do that, don't let him throw a completed pass.
I don't know about all that.
And I got one more for you, too. And I love these Raiders Derek Carr stats that come up throughout the course of the week. Here's another one because I love the ones that kind of break Twitter narratives because Twitter is not real life. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of you can make anything sound right on Twitter, and if you have enough people that retweet you or whatever else, you can form an entire echo chamber on Twitter. But what's the reality of things? And the reality is that often criticize Derek Carr on 3rd down. Right? What is one of you guys belted out here? What has Derek Carr been highly criticized for the last 2 years? What does he do with the ball on 3rd down?
He checks it down,
Checks it down
throws it in the dirt.
Or throws it away, right? Those are the two things. All right, so I came across this stat on Twitter, and this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And although I found the truth on Twitter, the narrative amongst fans often is what these two guys just described. But here's the reality of it. In 2019, on 3rd down, Derek Carr was number 1 in yards with 1,400.
No kid.
Number 5 in completion percentage was 66.9%. Number 1 in yards per average, 9.7 yards. And number 1 in touchdowns.
And this was 2019?
2019. In 2020, on 3rd down, guess what he was in yards? Number 2. With 1,251 yards. He was number 6 in percentage of completion with 64. Number 2 in yards per average with 9.2. And number 5 in touchdowns with 9 touchdowns. There it is, black and white. That's the reality of Derek Carr. Aaron Rodgers is not going to be your quarterback. Get over yourself. And the Raiders are not going to trade Derek Carr to Green Bay because the whole reason that Aaron Rodgers is pissed off to begin with is because they drafted his replacement. They have no use for a quarterback. Derek Carr is your quarterback. He is one of the best quarterbacks in football. We give him some help, like Swag Jeff said, and the Raiders will be fine. I don't even think we're going to be 10-6 because we can't. We could be 10-7. I don't think so. I think we're 11-6. Plus, the Raiders are poised to make the playoffs.
I think so too. And and we're talking about beefing up the defense and stuff like that. Did you see the bid on Richard Sherman?
Oh gosh, how much were we on that whole idea of the Raiders signing him in this offseason?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What was it? It's like what burglary and what I don't even know what all it was. It's crazy.
It was
crazy stuff.
Pretty ugly.
Yeah, so
pretty ugly there. So yeah, no, we won't be adding Richard Sherman to the defense.
We'll take Casey Hayward.
Absolutely, thank you.
All day long.
All day long. All right, let's get to one more here. So as we can be around here, Uncle Mosh, we can be highly opinionated.
Really?
And so,
isn't that what we're a show about?
That's kind of about, like, if you don't have like an opinionated take on a sports talk show,
why do it?
Then why do it, right? And just know this: our opinions always come from being highly passionate Raiders fans. So that's where it sources from. We're not trying to get clicks, like unfortunately so many people on social media are. We're just talking from our guts because we love this damn football team. But anyways, two other guys that are highly opinionated. Big surprise, John Gruden and Mike Mayock.
John and I, it's interesting. I think we both are highly opinionated.
What?
Yeah.
I almost want to stop it right there. This is on Lindsay Rhodes' podcast, who Lindsay Rhodes, also a member of the Blue Wire Pods team.
Yep.
But yeah, Lindsay had Mike Mayock on the show, and so much respect to her for getting Mayock on there. And that soundbite alone, that's fantastic.
John and I, it's interesting. I think we both are highly opinionated.
What?
Yeah, right? Go figure.
Breaking news animation.
Yeah. So we see a lot of it the same way. We both like guys that love ball. We both like tough physical players. There's certain things we value intrinsically, both tangibles and intangibles. But like every head coach and GM in the league, you're going to disagree on some people. And that's where it gets fun. And John challenges me. I challenge John. We do it with coaches. We do it with our scouts. And again, the ultimate goal is to get to the right player.
All right, Mosh, what do you think about that?
It's the truth. I think that's why Mayock and Gruden are such a good mix.
So too.
Because they do challenge each other. Because there's whoa, big bass raider. Because I'm not going to steal Jeff's thunder on that.
Let him do it.
But because there's so few people that can when you have somebody who's high powered like Gruden, and there's not a lot of people that are going to get in his face and scream and yell back at him. And I think that's why he picked Mayock to do that, because the two of them can do that. They can, it's like I used to tell Jeff when he was my student, you can't talk to me like that in front of people. But if you and I want to go into my office and root and gouge and cuss and scream and tell, whatever, that's different, because he was special. He was at that level.
I was your second favorite student.
And as long as the other student wasn't in there, who was ahead of him. But
he's gonna have a sourpuss all night long.
He is, yeah. And I may not even tell him tonight.
I wouldn't tell him
ever. But
no, let him wonder forever.
But that's I think that's why they work so good together.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Having that push and pull, that give and take, and just having somebody that they
hold them accountable. They hold each other accountable.
Bingo. Thank you so absolutely so much. Hold each other accountable and love that. And when you're in look, John Gruden isn't untouchable in terms of his contract, in terms of he's not going to get fired. So to have somebody that can be that kind of a voice inside the facility, I think is fantastic. And so much respect there on that comment. And Jeff, give us your take on it, but then also give us an update, please, on the chat room and what you got going on with the donations before Uncle Mosh takes us to the next break.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you guys said it. I mean, there's nothing to add to that. It's it is what it is. And but yes, so the chat. We've got Darth Vader Raider in there, Pirate 1975, Ron the Mater Raider, Tider Raider, Dale Jr., Mr. Beyond, Raider Critique, and since the last update, I can't remember when the last update was, Raider Critique, a $20 donation to the One Nation Foundation, Kill Jadis, $10, Raider from Rosa, $20, Big Silver and Black, $10. Edgar V, another $20. Darth Vader Raider, $10. And Big Bass Raider dropping the hammer once again. Another $100 donation to the One Nation Foundation.
Love it. Big Bass Raider. 3 weeks in a row, man.
And Dave Fulter, a $10 donation.
Thank you, Dave. Man, that is amazing. You all are killing it tonight. Who's the leader in the clubhouse, Swag Jeff?
Well, now it is Big Bass Raider Raider with a $100 donation. But close behind him, we've got Edgar V with six poker chips. Pirate 1975 with 5. And Mojo with 4.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic, man!
Yeah,
Thank you all so
absolutely.
very, very much. Your generosity is the best. Insane, Mosh.
This is Trent Sig, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Uncle Mosh. Just win, baby.
Hey, we got your jersey.
Hey, Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
So if you just joined us, we're giving away something pretty cool. And Uncle Mosh just said it. It's the Max Crosby signed away jersey
so good, dude.
with the certificate of authenticity that comes with it.
Hey, keep that up there for a second.
Okay.
So he has the worst signature in the NFL.
It could be one of the worst.
It could be one of the worst. But it's a badass jersey.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Mojo.
Oh my gosh, Mojo! He wants this, and he's looking to take the lead right here. $50 donation to the One Nation Foundation.
Let's go, Mojo.
Absolutely, yes.
Thank
Hit
you,
the button there,
Mojo.
Mosh.
Mojo says, "I want that damn jersey."
Well, yeah.
All right, so can I call a little bit of an audible here too?
Do it.
You guys, look, we were wondering, because last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever last time we did a show, we raised an incredible amount of money for the foundation.
Yeah.
And so during that show, we decided that we were going to give away an additional prize to the person that was just kind of the leader in the clubhouse, which was Daniel Mangus. Because Daniel donated $190 or something total?
Yeah,
something like that?
it was right at almost $200.
All right, so we've got something really special and cool coming to Daniel Mangus. And so I'm going to say this, fellas. Well, I didn't know if we were going to do this again. I didn't know if we were going to have, I knew we were going to do the giveaway, but I didn't know we were going to get the kind of heat that we got last time. And so being that, look, the donations are flooding in, I'm going to say it right now. Whoever is the leader in the clubhouse tonight, there's going to be a random drawing for the chips. That will not change. But if you're the high giver tonight, I'm going to send you this. This is an 11 by 14 spotlight photo of Henry Ruggs III diving into the end zone. So as of right now, what was it? Mojo was, I guess, the highest now?
No, Big Bass Raider still up by $10.
All right, so Big Bass Raider right now, this is yours automatically, dude. And anybody that's the high giver tonight, regardless of what happens with the raffle, I'm going to send you this Henry Ruggs autographed spotlight photo. Again, it comes from Fanatics. We don't send you guys junk here. There's a Fanatics hologram verified picture here. I have this exact spotlight photo.
Yes.
I don't think you can see it, but it's over Mosh's shoulder there. But I have it, and I thought it was so cool. I got another one because I wanted to give it away on the show. But with the amount of money you guys are sending our way, we want to honor you with that. And so thank you so very, very, very much.
So the high bid right now is $100. $100, 10 poker chips on that. So if you want that Ruggs jersey, get in the mix.
Picture, Ruggs picture.
Or the picture, I'm sorry.
So
the picture.
and if it's a tie, we'll draw those 3. Or 4 or whatever, however many times.
We'll randomize it. Yeah, good call, Mosh. Good call. All right, so let's get to a little bit more news here. So this is really cool, man. I want to ask your feedback on this, both you guys, before we get started on this. What?
I'm sorry to interrupt
Please,
you, buddy.
go ahead.
But Mojo just donated $20 to become the leader in the clubhouse. Absolutely.
That's our guy right there. I love it, Mojo. Thank you. Henry Ruggs coming your way as of right now. All right. So, so I want to talk about my trip to Vegas, in particular, my trip to Allegiant Stadium. I want to talk about that. Before I tell you my little story here, though, the Raiders put out a soundbite this week. It was a part of a video where they welcomed the season ticket holders to Las Vegas, to where the season ticket holders could go through Allegiant Stadium, find their seats, and sit in their seats and check out what it was going to be like for the upcoming season. So really, really cool thing for the Raiders to do. Let's listen to that, and then we're going to jump into the tour itself.
I been a Raider fan my whole life. My grandfather had season tickets in the 60s, and so now here I am at the Death Star, still a Raider fan, bleed silver and black. We were going on vacation last week. I said, oh, by the way, we have to stop off in Vegas before we go home. So I can't wait to get in my seats.
Hey, welcome. Excellent. It's my father's jacket. He died last year, but he's making it to the gym. He's making it to the stadium. Raider for life.
Whoa. Today, they have invited us for a tour and a meet and greet with our seats, but just sort of absorb the whole ambiance. It's the perfect view. I don't think there is a bad seat in the house. So I look forward to Monday Night Football against the Ravens, which is going to be opening day, opening house. I'm excited.
Raiders! The best part is I get to bring my granddaughter, and she gets to see this and basically grow up in this stadium. That's the best part about it.
Yeah,
She's
baby.
Grow up and hopefully,
raise
with
them right.
Her mom and
That's
my
right,
kids
raise them
and
Raiders.
all enjoy it for many years to come.
It's actually speechless for us. I draw a tear to my eye when we toured the stadium. It's starting to become reality. Actually, the Raiders are in Vegas, and it's going to be a good time. What we came from and where we are now, it's night and day. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's almost overwhelming. It's so nice.
First down! Go Raiders! Yeah!
All right, so there's just a little picture there. That's me in front of the torch there, man. And I got to tell you guys. So Mosh, this is what I'm gonna ask, and you too, Jeff. Give me some advice on this. How detailed do I get in telling this story? Because I don't want to spoiler it for anybody that's going, but I do want to share. No fan left behind. I want to share what the experience is like for those that aren't going to get a chance. Our folks, we have so many good friends of ours across the pond in Australia and whatnot. Like, how detailed of a story do I give here?
Okay, so let me just say this. The first thing I said to you when I talked to you down there after the tour was, okay, Murf, it's 114 degrees.
Yeah.
What was it like in the stadium? And you said it was 70. It was cool. It was nice. It was comfortable. And your tour lasted about 2 hours. They showed you everything. It's when you had me when there was so much reverence to the past.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
the tradition and everything that was Raiders. Just the class act that they have built this on with the logo in the middle of the middle of the dressing room and it was roped off. You don't stand on the logo. You don't do that. And Murph's going to show a picture of that. But everything from the experience that you had with and I'm not going to spoil any of it, but the what they did, I want you to tell them about the hologram.
Okay. All right.
But the torch, how amazing that was.
Okay.
And then the artwork, you got to talk about that. And because all of that brings together the Raider experience and the Raider legacy.
Okay.
Fair enough. And my favorite, of course, like I told you before, my favorite thing was that wall that was right next to just a random stairwell. And it was so amazing that you can see it on Murph showing it right now. But it's this wall of game day programs.
That's so
and
cool.
It's all these Raider my eye immediately went to Jim Otto,
Oh,
up there.
yeah.
And it's just there's so much history that they brought from Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, and incorporated in. It was unbelievable that they really did the right thing by bringing the old and encompassing it and meshing it with the new. It's top notch. I can't wait. Q-Dog said that he was there on 4th of July weekend and couldn't get in. He was pissed, and you should be. because anybody that, for all of you that get a chance to go and visit a game, get there early so you can walk around and see this stuff. Plan on staying late so you can walk around and see this stuff. Take in everything. It's not just like, the Coliseum was great because, you got to smoke doobies on the way up the gangplank and pee in a trough. But, but this is something that it's Vegas, man. It needs to be taken in. It needs to be experienced. And I wasn't even there, but I'm getting chills talking about it just from what you told me.
I love it. What stood out from the stuff because I shared everything with you guys.
Yeah.
What was something that stood out to you?
Just their respect to the past. To the legends. They've got this full wall where you can walk by and see every single person that's in the Hall of Fame with their signature and when they went in and all that stuff. And it wasn't even just the players and coaches and stuff like that, but it was the Raiderettes and stuff too. You got to see the picture and the little plaque right there for Raiderette Michelle.
Our buddy Michelle.
Who was here.
Yeah, how cool is that? I mean, she's forever enshrined in Allegiant Stadium. That is so badass. And yeah, they just their homage and respect to the past and stuff like that, just the past that, grew the Raiders to what they are now. I mean, that's so cool, to pay respect to the past with this new legacy in Vegas coming. It's just, that's so cool.
I love what Corey Fleck said, that even the fantasy life of the Raiders, Elvis and Marilyn. In Raider logo, in Raider gear, talking about that artwork, that this original artwork done for them is phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
It was surprising to me the amount of artwork, the amount of original artwork all the way across the whole freaking everywhere inside the stadium was just absolutely incredible. And so, all right, so I'll just give you just a few kind of talking points on it. First off, the when you Uncle Mosh, I think both you guys really have detailed the idea that you have this reverence for history, but it's with the newness of in terms of presentation. So it doesn't feel like it's a relic. It doesn't feel like we're living in the past. It honors the past and it presents it in a brand new way, in a way that is very modern, very updated, very Vegas, very slick and sleek and pretty, and just for a Raider fan to walk through this thing, I think someone in the chat mentioned, and even somebody in that audio clip we heard, it brought tears. And so I'll tell you, there's one spot where I got a little teary, and that was when you get to tour the broadcast booth, because you hit all of the different big points of the stadium. So you go to an owner's box, you go to the broadcast booth, you go through the locker room, you go onto the field. They were putting the field back in after the Garth Brooks concert, so I didn't get to walk on the field, but we got to go up to it. But you go through all the different, the Champions Club, all the different places that are the most exclusive as far as entrance goes on game day. You get to go in there during this tour. So that amount of reverence and that amount of newness was definitely on display. It was absolutely one of the prettiest things ever. And just to see the Raiders represented in the way that they are now, when for years and years, we were at times, I don't want to call us laughing stock, but it was very look down your nose at our facility.
People referred to us as the hardest and the worst place to play a game.
Absolutely.
The hardest place to play a game because of the fans and just the atmosphere, and the worst place to play a game because of the facilities.
Absolutely.
I got that buddy that's the manager for the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
And he talked about they had a water main break in the visitors,
Well, that was on purpose, but
of course it was. It wasn't a break. It was just they were in there with the fire hose.
Job, yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's to go from zero to hero when it comes to facilities is unbelievable.
Absolutely, and also training facilities in Henderson versus what it was like in Napa, and all the different things that you have heard for years. All that stuff is gone. It is now the Raiders are in the most state-of-the-art facility. It's absolutely gorgeous, and still, again, it pays reference to the past. So Mosh mentioned that it was a couple hours, and it's a 90-minute tour. And through the 90-minute tour, you hit all those places. I forgot to mention the media room. You go through the media room, and while you're going through each one of these places, there are video screens everywhere, and the video screens are telling you the story of the space that you're in. So Howie Long tells you about what it's like to be in the media room. MGM tells you what it's like to be in an owner's box. Like all these different displays and videos are absolutely phenomenal. But then the biggest and best and the one that hit the hardest was the locker room. So Mosh brought it up. You walk in, and they tell you before you go in, you're only allowed to take pictures when you first get in here. After that, you got to put your phone away. So you go walk into the room, you go walk into the locker room, and the shield is roped off in the middle of the floor, so you can't get close to the shield. But you can kind of walk around and look at the lockers, and there's 4 lockers that are set up as they would be on game day. And that's Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, Max Crosby, and who's the other one that I'm missing? Gosh darn it. Who is it here? Hold on, I can't remember.
Was it Carr?
Was it Derek?
No, did I not say Derek?
No.
yet?
No.
Okay, yes, then it was Derek Carr. Thank you. And Derek Carr. And they have their lockers set up like they would be on game day. And so you get to take pictures of that, whatever. Then they tell you, okay, get your phones put away. There's only 24, 25 people on a tour, and they make sure that your phones are in your pockets or in your purse. Like you cannot have your phone out. Then after everybody's phones are put away, they tell you to get tight around the shield as you possibly can and look at the shield. When you do that, the lights go out and it's pitch black in there. And then all of a sudden it goes and this hologram of John Gruden pops up at the top of the shield.
No way!
Full-sized hologram.
Full-size hologram.
Oh my gosh!
And he starts going off about the legacy of the Raiders, the legacy of Al Davis, what this team has been built on. It is an amazing. It's a locker room speech. And then here's what the coolest thing about it is. Look, I'm getting chills talking about that. While he's doing this, you start hearing voices around you. The whole thing is set with speakers in full surround sound. And
like a ride at Disneyland.
Yeah, and Dolby Atmos. So it's not only do you get the behind you, but the above you, everything. And you start hearing players going, yeah, okay, let's go, coach. Let's go. And you start hearing guys getting fired up as John Gruden's giving you this locker room speech. And it crescendos. And I can't even tell you all the words. I can't remember it. But it crescendos. And he's like, all right, let's go, Raiders. And then you hear everybody in the room going, Raiders, let's go. And then it's like, and you hear them and they're like banging on stuff, running. And it's like all this encompassing thing around you as you're standing there and you're just going like, holy crap, it's insane. And then you hear them like charge out and take the field. And then the lights come back up. It's absolutely stunning. It's like being on a freaking ride at Disneyland. It's the coolest dang thing.
And it was like $80.
And that was with drinks.
Yeah, with drinks. For
That's
2 hours.
For 2 hours. So you take the 90-minute tour. Also, so did I say this yet? The part where I got teary was in the broadcast booth. They do, it's kind of a similar thing, but it's Brent Musburger calling a Raider game, and you're standing in the broadcast booth looking at the 50-yard line, hearing Musburger and the game ambiance blasting in your ears. Inside this suite and this studio, they have pictures of Musburger handing Al Davis Lombardi trophies. It's insane. And so hearing that was what really got me. But as Mosh mentioned, 2 hours. So it's a 90-minute tour, and then if you get drinks afterwards, you get to hang out on the Coors Light Landing, which is at the bottom of the Al Davis Torch, looking out the lanai doors at the Las Vegas Strip, and you get to hang out there as long as you want and have food and cocktails. And for $80, you get a drink along with your tour, and you get to hang out. And so I stood for about 30 minutes and just kind of hung out and talked to other people, made some kind of friends on the tour and whatnot. Y'all,
that's so cool.
I love that you spent $80. You got your drinks. You went. You took pictures. You did all you were supposed to do, and then you spent $600 in the Raiders store on the way.
That's my dog.
And Swaggy
That's
J
my dog.
And we are reaping the benefits of that.
Yeah,
my dog.
well, you're wearing the Raiders this exclusive shirt, so you can't get that shirt unless you're at the Raider image.
Yeah.
They're at Allegiant Stadium, and this Raider image in there is absolutely to die for.
Oh.
And it was funny. So I sort of, I don't want to say I maxed it out, but I put a good ding and a credit card over there. I texted Jeff, and he was just applauding me from
Absolutely.
but yeah, and then it's funny because then out as I left out there, and it's 114 degrees, and so I thought it would be really cool to look for some of the player bricks. And so you go through, because everybody that's ever played for the Raiders has a brick in the stadium. So you find so many great legends. I mean, Ron Mix and freaking, of course, Fred Biletnikoff and Tim Brown, whatever, Willie Brown, and whatever. You find all the greats around there. And eventually they're going to have everybody, but they don't have everybody yet. And I know this because me and a security guard went through every single brick in there. And get ready for the crickets, Mosh. No Will Compton.
Oh, interesting.
We have as many bricks at Allegiant Stadium as Will Compton does.
Well, you know why? Because he sat in my chair without permission.
I know, right? Big stupid.
Anyways, if you're in Vegas and they're doing the tour, do the darn tour. I've told you 10%, 15, 20% of what it was like going on this tour. It absolutely will wreck you as a Raider fan. You will love it. Definitely take advantage and do it while you're out there. Even if you can't go, just go check out Allegiant Stadium. I promise you.
I know you want to end this segment, but you got to say something about the torch and the panels.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's the last thing I want you to tell them about.
Okay. All right. So when you go to the torch, so of course the Raiders, I forgot to tell you about the Lombardi trophies. Oh yeah. So they're not, the actual Lombardis are in Henderson, but look, they have these on display outside the locker room, and you can walk up and it's got all these inscriptions, and they're full on replicas of what the Lombardi trophies are for the Raiders. So I've got to tell you about that. But then, okay. So the torch. So here we go. So here's the torch. So when you look at it up close, of course, it says the fire that burns brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Al Davis's famous words. Okay, so this is the top level of the torch, and then that's the Coors Light landing that wraps around it. It's this big bar, for those of you can see there. It's this big bar that goes around the bottom. That's half the torch. Because the first half of the torch...
Because it's multi-level. It goes through the floor.
It goes through the floor. It goes all the way to the bottom. So here's like our tour guide, who was a former Raiderette, by the way, that does the tour. Okay, so here's the very, very bottom of the torch where she's standing there. And what you can see there to her right is all the panels from the original Al Davis torch that was originally lit in Oakland by John Madden. All those original panels are on display around the bottom of the torch, and it's set up to where now when they have new people come in, they can all then sign it like an Indy 500 trophy, and you have all the way wrapped around this whole thing on this bottom level of the torch. Absolutely stunning. So from the very bottom of the torch to the very, very tippy top where the top of the flame is, it's probably 50 feet tall. Like, it's huge. Because it goes through two levels, and the top part of it is, like I said, half of it is at least one story, but then the flame is a whole nother story. So, I don't know, 40 plus feet maybe? Like, what? It's massive. It's fascinating.
Show your video, and then we'll move on.
Okay, which one?
The video, the picture of you, the one that they did, that they gave you.
Oh. Okay, let me see if
Okay, so tell them the story behind that.
So when you get done with the tour, you stand, before you go get your drink, you stand on this landing, and they say there's a camera all the way on the opposite side of the stadium, and they're going to take a picture of you. And so they give you a countdown and let you know when your picture is going to be taken. And then they send you, and this is for free, they don't even charge you for this. This is the video that they send you.
Oh.
Let
me
do it one more time. Let me go to the one that's a bad angle. Here's the bigger one. Here we go. Here's the one. So there's me standing in front of the torch, and then watch what it does. And then look at it. It goes all the way outside the stadium, and then says Allegiant Stadium Tours, and then watch what happens when it goes back in. This is so cool.
Whoa.
Isn't that cool, man?
Oh, that's so cool.
And they do that for free. They just hook you up with it, man. So
I love
badass.
that.
So badass.
Fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's caught. He throws. It is.
So you know what that music means.
Time for the Sea of Fans.
Time to Sea of Fans. But before we get to the Sea of Fans,
okay.
let's go to Swaggy J
Jeff.
for an update.
Yeah,
Let's talk. Who's in the clubhouse?
Oh my gosh, it's continuing to grow. Franklin 83 now with one poker chip. Hold on one second here. So he's got one poker chip. Right now, the leader in the clubhouse is still Edgar V. So we had a lot happen during that segment. A lot happened during that segment. Ashton donated $20 to the One Nation Foundation. Edgar V donated $100. So he took the lead, and then Big Bass Raider donated another $50.
Oh.
And coming in clutch right here, Michelle Sweat, our bestie, has donated $50 to the One Nation Foundation. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So Edgar V is the winner or the leader so far, right?
He's the leader right now by $10 over Big Bass Raider. No, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right, so
Edgar, he's got a lead by one poker chip.
All right,
Edgar V. Mojo's like in third then? And,
yes. Mojo has 11 poker chips.
All right, so right now, Edgar V., this Henry Ruggs III autograph picture, this Fanatics 11 by 14. That is right now guaranteed yours. And Swag Jeff, show us what we got coming up for the raffle winner.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, the Max Crosby jersey.
It's big
What's
time,
up?
bruh.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Certificate of authenticity included. Yes, it is beautiful. It is beautiful, and it could be yours.
Could be yours.
Hey, Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, it is.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
All right, so here in the Sea of Fans mailbag, you can contact us one of two ways. You can call the show at 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. And if you leave us a message 3 times, we refer to you as a made man or a made woman. Or you can also email the show at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. That is SHOW at RaidersFanRadio.com. And at the end of this segment, Uncle Mosh will award the Sizzler Award, which is the best of the emailers and phone callers. And Uncle Mosh, who do you got tonight for the emails?
Here we go. Dear RFR, we are in the middle of July, which means training camp is just around the corner, as is the 62nd season of Raiders football. Coming into camp, I'm very excited to see Morgan in action. I think he will increase our turnover rate and make gunslingers like Kermit Mahomes scared to throw the deep ball. Also, to all the Carr haters for the final time, lay off my QB. To say Jason Campbell was a better QB is so effing funny, it hurts. DC is 1,000 times better than Campbell ever was, and he's going to tell you haters to suck it when he throws for 4,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. Think about this. Since his rookie year, name one season where his stats were terrible. I'll wait. Crickets. That's right. He's never had a bad season, just bad games. Don't get me wrong. The bad games have pissed me off too. But he always bounces back. If I have to come back to you Carr haters, I swear to God, you're going to monkey-sized ass whipping. That's all from this fan. Stay safe, Raider Nation, and start working on your Raiders chant. I'll start. Raiders! Yours truly, Daniel Mangus, Proud Made Man, 2020 Gemini Man Award winner, 3-time BRT Sizzler Award winner. P.S. Swag, I hope your beating has sent the message loud and clear. Stay the hell out of Mosh's chair.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, my gosh.
Too funny.
Well, yeah. And where is Daniel Mangus? I haven't seen the Mangus boys in the chat tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a Thursday.
That could be. Now, Daniel Mangus did post on Instagram and said he wanted the Max Crosby jersey, but he had to pay for college. And I said, hey, take out a student loan, bruh.
Well, yeah.
Come on, dude.
Sup, fan cave? This is Raider Bodacious B from the TC, Tri-Cities, Washington, baby. Like a lot of other Raider fans, I am totally pumped for Raiders football this year. You guys are spot on. This is a huge year for the organization and the team. The offense, the defense, the coaches are all playing for high stakes this season. Vegas style, baby. They need to find their way into the playoffs this year. If they don't, like you said, this honeymoon phase is going to turn sour. Time to get back to the basics and just win, baby. It's also a big year for the fans of Raider Nation to show our support, passion, love, and devotion to the silver and black in our new home, and need to show the world how badass we still are even though we moved. Oakland set the bar stupid high at OCal, and it's up to Vegas Raider Nation to pick up where it left off and make it just as special, if not more special, if it's even possible. That being said, I've always been a Raiders fan, and I've always been blown away by the costumes in the black hole on game day. And nothing, I mean nothing, NOTHING, compares to the passion, excitement, and electricity that surges out of the fan base seeing armies of hyped-up superfans decked out in skulls, spiked pads, skeletons, clowns, freaks, warriors, and creatures. It's the heart and soul of our franchise. And it is a reminder that we are a part of something unique and special that you can't find in any other fan base in the NFL. Are you listening, Hefe? I have yet to experience the black hole in person, but I managed to score season's tickets located in what should be the black hole south end zone, row 14, last week. Hey, I'm going to pause for a second. Did they touch on that at all?
Yeah, they definitely said, like, here's where the black hole is going to be. It didn't look like, but you can't. I didn't expect they were going to replicate it.
Right.
You know what I mean? There wasn't a way to do it. But
you can't. You want it to be organic.
Yeah, so you got the Wynn Field Club, that bar.
Right.
Yeah, one end of it, and then the black hole at the other. Yeah, they definitely mentioned it.
Okay. Last week, I got the itch to get going on my costumes, so I called Raiders 800 number, 1-800-724-3377, at Allegiant just to ask about costume rules on game day before getting started, and I was told that masks aren't allowed in the stadium. Just to be clear, I'm not talking about COVID masks. I'm talking for costumes. She said...
the COVID Raider, that would be a heck of a costume.
COVID Raider, yeah. Raider 19.
Nice.
She said shoulder pads would likely be acceptable, but no masks on game day. Is Gorilla Rilla considered headgear?
Well, this is what it gets interesting about this email, if I remember right.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, what? No masks in the black hole on game day? When I asked why, they responded that the security cameras need to be able to see and identify everyone's faces. That's why, when I'm stopping the email here, when you and I went to the casino the last time we went to the casino in Mississippi, and wearing the masks where they mandate the COVID masks, they had you pull them down as you walk through in, just so that the security cameras can get your face.
TSA does that. When you fly, you got to pull it down. Yeah.
So what does this mean for the black hole in Vegas? Is this for real? Because if it is, it's going to change our black hole into something less. It won't allow Vegas to pick up where it left off in Oakland. As a diehard fan, I'm having a hard time accepting this, and I can't imagine I'm the only one. I want to get the word out to Raider Nation and hopefully find a way to reverse this before game day. I was hoping if you guys shared this with your audience that maybe we could get in touch with superfans that dressed up in Oakland and others who are planning on dressing up for Vegas games and see what they say validate if they're also getting the same message. Is there a chance that Gorilla Rilla, Darth Raider, Pinhead, Raider Jester will be asked to take their masks off before they can enter the stadium on game day? That's crazy to think about, and crazy to think that security wouldn't let them in or any other superfan that wants to wear a mask into the stadium on game day. Maybe if you play this, there's a way we could contact someone, Raider fans that work in security at Allegiant, and could speak more openly and clearly about this, and if there's some way to clarify the no masks rule. How did Oakland's security handle masks and costumes? They had security in Oakland. And why can't Allegiant security adopt similar protocols? Why can't Allegiant security use systems like ones that are used at Comic-Con conventions? It can't be that hard to do. Comic-Con is held nationwide at all major cities and venues. I'm sure Allegiant can figure something out. That's a really good point. Bigger thing. I want the fans to be able to ride a big wave of positivity into the new stadium and start out our preseason right with a big, fat W on Monday night against Baltimore.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a black hole filled with half-dressed, irritated fans who had to surrender parts of their costumes / masks at the gate. Not against Baltimore Monday night or any other game. Dressing up like a freak on game day and wearing a mask is part of the Raiders' heritage and tradition. If they don't let us wear masks, we're going to lose a huge part of the black hole experience that makes us so unique and special. Pause.
Okay.
Did they have a thing at the stadium? Did they have about the fans?
No, not that I saw.
There was the one thing that they left out.
Yeah, there wasn't any. You would think there would be a Guerrilla Violator thing, something, but no, not that I saw. But I was only. I think it was on the north side. Don't hold me to the sides of the stadium, but you only tour one half of the stadium.
I gotcha.
There's a whole nother half, and with the amount of artwork in that place and the amount of reverence to everything, I'm sure
there probably is.
There's in there somewhere. Yeah,
maybe somebody in the chat that has been there and taken the tour. There's a couple people that I think Corey Fleck has been commenting about it. Okay. Back to this, finishing up this email. Better yet, why would the Raiders not want to continue giving this experience to their fans? Vegas is a destination town. You'd think they'd want to preserve the black hole and the elements of it that make it so alluring so that people will continue to want to come and pay big money to experience the black hole. As we know, tickets for this season are not cheap. By preserving the costumes and masks in the black hole, the Raiders can more easily sell an experience that fans can't get anywhere else in any other NFL town. With a little bit of luck and a sense of urgency, maybe we can turn this around so that we can still see the masked freaks in our black hole this year and for all years to come. Raiders!
Let's go.
Ryan McComb, Bodacious B from the TC.
Oh, love it, man. Great job. Now, it's the first time we've heard from Bodacious B that if I remember correctly. And so the answer, I think, is this, and I'm going to appeal to our resident super fan, Kevin the Raider nerd, who was the Raider Mandalorian before. Before those of you who know the Mandalorian is the Mandalorian, Kevin was a Raider Mandalorian years and years ago, and of course wears the full Mandalorian helmet when he is dressed up as the Raider Mandalorian. And so, Kevin, if you got any insight on that, please let us know. I don't know if Kevin's in the chat tonight, but Kevin is.
He was earlier.
He was earlier. Okay, so we'll hear from Kevin, and we'll get you an answer on that, Bodacious B, and I think that's a great question. My guess, and just pure Murf speculation and theory here, my guess would be if there's an overriding rule against wearing masks inside the stadium, I'm willing to bet that the Raiders are going to concede to certain people, especially ones that are sitting in the black hole. So Pinhead, Gorilla, folks like that are going to be in their full costume. If you're Schmucky the Raider Baron sitting in section 405, probably not. You know what I'm saying? That's my guess.
He's in the chat. Schmucky's in the chat.
The first one to come up with a username, Schmucky the Raider Bear, I promise we'll send you something.
We'll send you something.
my God.
You're so stupid.
What do we got next, Mosh?
Oh, my goodness. Smucky the Raider Bear. Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all well and suitably recovered from July 4th celebration and trip to sunny Vegas. The July 4th weekend is always a strange one for me. I always pass on my best wishes to Raider Nation via my Twitter feed, as I know what an important weekend it is for everybody stateside. However, I'm sure some are intrigued as to why a proud Englishman seems so happy with a celebration of us getting our butts whipped in a conflict twice. And trust me, ordinarily, it's not something I would do. Let's just say this. Without the War of Independence turning out the way it did, there'd be no Raiders or Raider Nation. So on this occasion, I'm more happy than happy with the result. Good for you. A huge welcome home to Uncle Mosh. That's me. It was so good to see you back in your chair on the western annex of the Murf's Fan Cave desk last time out. I think I can say on behalf of everybody, we've missed seeing you around. Although, Swaggy J taking that beating was a little hard to watch.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, hopefully Swaggy is well rested after a strenuous couple of weeks with the start of the Summer of Swag and then being the official at the Mariota wedding.
Yeah.
All on the back of that beating. Tough times, fella.
Yeah, it was a busy week.
It's been painfully quiet on the news front from this past couple of weeks, so I am digging around for anything to read when I came across the results of a survey that had been done asking a small portion of fans from every team what their hopes were for the new season. Generally, the Queefs fans were arrogant and disillusional. There's a shock. The Donkey fans were pretty ambitious with an air of caution, and the Raiders fans were fairly optimistic. And though the playoffs were a minimum requirement for this year, so pretty much as you'd expect. Interestingly, there were no results listed for the Chargers. Possibly a printing error, or was it that they couldn't find any fans to ask? Oh. It could be that it couldn't. It can't be that difficult, can it, when their entire fan base live in the same house? It seems impossible to go a week without a Derek Carr story. We've recently seen a story about a possible contract extension for number 4. If a contract is incoming, is it to keep DC on his toes? Is it just common financial sense in the current QB climate? Or is it just to maneuver some cap space for another signing or two? Whatever the reason, if an extension is offered, it will cause further divisions amongst Raider Nation, and the seismic activity will be felt across the continent and beyond. Of course, if we go to the playoffs or even the whole way to the party, DC will be able to fill in a blank check with as many nuggets as he wants to. It was announced that Hard Knocks is focusing on the Dallas Cowgirls.
Oh, that'll be fun.
For its latest series. I think I'll give that one a swerve. Usually I can watch pretty much any give it a swerve. I love that.
That's good.
Usually I can watch pretty much anybody, but they make my skin crawl. 5 episodes of overpaid, overrated pretty boys preening themselves in front of the mirror doesn't cut it for me. Apart from Amari Cooper, who will keep dropping his comb. Then there's Jerry Jones, the man with the skin of a lizard and the soul of Google Voice.
Skin of a lizard.
Paul is on tonight.
He's on fire, man.
If there ever was a discount store wannabe version of Al Davis,
amen,
then Jerry Jones is it. Think Jaws 3 or Jaws 4, Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection. They're all generally the same thing, but never as good as the original. And in saying that, a belated happy birthday and God bless Al Davis. So, the 27th of July and training camp is fast approaching. August 14th in the preseason opener against the Seattle Seahawks is only 4 weeks on Saturday. That's only 30 sleeps. So stay chilled, everybody. Rest well and get ready for another Raider roller coaster ride. I get the feeling that this year could be a little more nerve-shredding than usual. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Egerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Pauly Award winner 2019, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, BRT Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, five-time plus one, winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Yeah.
Give me 30 seconds of Paul.
Paul.
Good job, Paul. Paul.
Paul.
Paul?
Paul. Paul.
Paul.
Paul.
Paul.
Paul.
Claude.
Paul.
Paul.
Paul, your name Paul?
Hello.
Paul.
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
All right, so before we get into the voicemails, I do want to give a quick update on what's going on.
Come on, it's been crazy, right?
It's been crazy, man. We got Franklin 83 in there, Chevy Silver Raider, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Darth Vader Raider, Pirate 1975, Franklin 83, Kill Jadis, Ron the Mater Raider, Jerome Clemens is in there, Michelle Sweat, B. Al, Mr. Beyond, Santi James is in there, Mojo's in there. We got everybody in there, and we had a couple of donations that went back and forth. So,
wow.
So in the chat, I said that, and I think we mentioned that Edgar V had a $10 lead over Big Bass Raider for the Henry Ruggs picture.
Okay.
Well, Big Bass Raider jumped in and donated $50.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he
Another
took
50.
Another
Unbelievable.
50. So that brought Big Bass Raiders donations to $200 for the show.
Oh my gosh.
And then Edgar V said,
Woo!
I need the lead back.
Oh,
so
no.
he donated $50.
Oh, let's
so
go.
now Edgar V is at $210. So
my gosh.
it's unbelievable. So if you want this Max Crosby jersey, you have until the end of the Sea of Fans to put your name in the hat to win this thing. And right now, Edgar V would be the winner if it ended right now for the Henry Ruggs picture. So yeah, right now it's down to Edgar V and Big Bass Raider. Who's going to step up? Who's going to win?
Henry Ruggs' picture is the only one guaranteed.
It's the only
that
one
other
guaranteed.
one could go to anybody that's donated.
Right, it could go to a one token person.
Absolutely. Yep. I don't think I think only 2 people right now have, or no, 4 people have 1 chip, but everything else is either 2 or more. And Mojo's got a bunch, and Michelle Sweat, Pirate 1975's got a bunch. It's anyone's game, man.
This is fantastic, man. Y'all are the generosity of Raider Nation is insane. And I think we're gonna hit Chevy Silver Raider in there says we hit the milestone. I think we hit the milestone, man. I think we're going to get there, and I cannot appreciate you all enough and your kindness. And just know that, and I saw some talk in there too about the amount of some of these donations. And look, it's impressive, and the generosity is certainly not lost on us or anybody else. And just know this, that no matter what, the winner of this thing is the Bolitnikoff Foundation, and let's please not lose sight of that. Not saying that you did, but with the amount of money that's coming in here, these are direct donations. This is just going to pass through our foundation, which is the One Nation Foundation, go to the Bolitnikoffs, which support Tracy's Place of Hope, which offers rehabilitative services to young women who have had challenges with substance abuse and domestic violence. It's done in honor of Fred Bolitnikoff's daughter, Tracy. That's the winner. So know that no matter what, that's where this money is going, and it's going to support these young women as they face recovery. And so, thank you so much on behalf of the organization
100%,
there.
100%.
Okay, so this just in, I got a little bit of an update on a couple things here.
Okay, go for it.
Smucky the Raider Bear.
Schmucky. Give me the CH there.
Schmucky the Raider Bear is a beast. And Mojo said that Schmucky the Raider Bear actually was a guest on the Mojo Pod Show.
No kidding. No kidding.
And they're calling for a cage match. Schmucky the Raider Bear, no holds barred, cage match against Murf. Michelle Sweat says Schmucky the Raider Bear is my next Raider sculpture.
Absolutely.
You may have coined a good phrase there, Murf.
We might, hey, Swag Jeff, we might need to have Schmucky the Raider Bear shirt.
Deal. Just another shirt for me to buy. No problem.
As soon as we see Michelle's sculpture, somebody said they went and checked, and Schmucky the Raider Bear is available as a tagline there.
Oh,
So.
there's gonna please tell me someone gets a Twitter handle that Schmucky the Raider.
My gosh, it'd be the best.
You guys are the best. I love our chat room. They are the absolute. Listen, if not anything, if you can tune into this show live on the YouTubes, because we have the best chat room. They're
100%.
funnier than we are. They know more about football than we do. They're the absolute best, man. So, and we hear that all. I got to tell you guys, we hear from all the time. In fact, I had lunch with Cody while I was in Vegas. Had a 3-hour lunch, 3-hour lunch with Cody, and he was complimenting us. He's like, every time I dip into your chat room and I see what you guys are doing, I told him about the money that we raised with the Waller jersey, and he's like, it's unbelievable. He's like, these shows that. And look, and I don't think I'm, saying anything I shouldn't be by sharing this with you. Cody was like, the shows that I do and the shows that other folks are doing with the amount of numbers in terms of audience and things like that, they far eclipse what we do. Like, we're not a big time show. We hold our own, but we're not way up there like some of these other folks are, but yet we're raising more money than anybody. And even Cody, who's kind of at the top of the heap as far as Raider content creators, like Cody is up there and puts out an amazing show, and that's all the content that Cody does is really well done and highly paid attention to. And he's a good friend of ours. He doesn't have to say what he did, and he was highly complimentary about what's going on. And look, and it's not because us; it's because of everybody in the chat room,
absolutely,
and everything that you're doing, and that is never lost on us.
You know what's really funny is the second thing that I had after the Schmucky update, which is gone crazy in the chat. It's pretty funny. Anyway, there's some stuff like, hashtag Schmucky the Bear.
Michelle said she's not kidding.
Oh, no, we know she's not.
She's going to build Schmucky the Raider Bear.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we will definitely then come up with a design around that.
Ron says next week's giveaway is a signed Schmucky the Raider Bear pelt. But Darth Vader says hashtag free Schmucky.
Nice.
One of the funniest things was that, we're always bashing everybody to hit the like button, and then I always hit the
thumbs down.
The thumbs down. So right now we are at 96%.
Nice.
From the people watching compared to the people that have hit the like button. So we're good.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. Awesome.
Swaggo, give us an update if there is one available. Or
you've got the latest. We did hit a milestone thanks to, like you said, Chevy Silver Raider, and we will talk about that when it's time for the giveaway.
Okay,
right.
and then so let's go on. Let's head on over to hear from the Capo. Hopefully we'll hear about his trip to Vegas.
Absolutely. So every crew needs a captain, and he is the leader of the made men and the made women. We call him Capo. He is Aaron the Q-Dog Raider.
Greetings, Don Murf, Consigliere Moss, Underboss Sonny, Sergeant Arms, the Sizzler, Big Raider Trucker, Mojo from the Universe Speaks, Ramon the Mean King, Swag Jeff, Ron the Mater Raider, Nation. Now, let's take a look at Devontae Adams and break down the body of work for our future super prospect. 2020 was his best year. Look up and down the league, and you'll see that number 17 is dominating. More touchdowns than Tariq Hill, more receptions than Travis Kelce, better than any wide receiver in receiving yards per game. Plus, he's only 28 years old, baby. Now, if there's any chance he becomes available, Gruden needs to do anything he possibly can in order to lock this down. He would command a lot of money, but you know what? We need to spend a lot of money. Now, feel me. The Raiders receiving core with Adams is the best wide receiver core in the league, bar none. He is your deep dive. I mean, the Buffalo Bills taught us a valuable lesson on obtaining real talent in its prime. Some balked at the high price Buffalo paid for Stephon Diggs. Using the number 1 round pick on top of absorbing the Vikings contract was a steep price to pay, but the Bills would do it 100 out of 100 times again. Adams is arguably 1B to Diggs 1A. They're nearly identical in age, and their stats were about as close can be. Diggs had 127 receptions. Adams had 115. Diggs had 1,535 yards. Adams had 1,374. The price doesn't matter. The Raiders would boast a receiving core that would just hear me out. Adams, Darren Waller, Henry Ruggs III, Brian Edwards, if he ever gets out of the doggone training room, Hunter Renfrow, Thurden Renfrow, John Brown, Foster Moreau, Zay Jones, and maybe the light-skinned wonder, but who knows?
Man.
Then you throw in Kenyon Drake, who will be a threat out of the backfield. I mean, how does the defense defend that? Double Waller? Adams will cook you. I mean, lock in on Adams, shade Waller. Hunter Renfrow shows up and puts a linebacker in the spin cycle, baby. I mean, bring up a safety for help, and then, Ruggs goes deep. Drop everyone back, and Carr checks down to Josh Jacobs for that groundwork. The possibilities are limitless. Gruden, I mean, he would have the tools, that he hasn't seen since 2002 when Jerry Rice and Mr. Raider were taking turns embarrassing NFL corners. If you can't make the playoffs with those weapons, blow up the whole damn roster. Hesitation, I get it. It's understandable. Randy Moss, he came over, he laid down, he crapped the bed. Antonio Brown, his feet are still frozen. Martavis Bryant, I mean, he's blunted and stunted and absolutely a waste of a draft pick. Acquiring Adams is everything they're not. Adams is a proven winner with undeniable skills. I mean, some people ask, is Adams a pipe dream? Ultimately, picking up Adams is probably not going to be a reality. The Packers are going to throw everything in the kitchen sink in order to retain him. And hell, for all we know, DC4, his old buddy, might just be in on it in order to leverage, the Raiders' clandestine hopes and dreams in order to position another stellar wide receiver package, for this particular Green Bay contract. But you know what? Let's put all that behind us. The Packers are calling a priority to sign Adams, but I can see him in the silver and black. We've seen crazier things happen, though. I mean, it would be hard to imagine Rodgers continuing not to show up for camp, and if he doesn't, I really don't see Adams, wanting to hitch his wagon to Jordan Love in any scenario moving forward. Now, losing Rodgers would signal deep turmoil in Lambeau and could be enough to scare Adams into the waiting arms of Mike Mayock and Nevada's no state income tax structure. Come on down, baby. Now, remember, nation, CBSSports.com rated John Gruden the 20th overall ranked current NFL coach of a franchise. That is so ridiculous. I'm going to keep on banging this drum. The disrespect is palpable. Only 12 other NFL coaches are worse, 6 of which have never even coached a game. There's only one way to correct it. We got to win, baby.
Yes.
Now, time for DC4 to become an avenger himself by making a statement with, some added movement in the win column for once. I mean, he's conquered every other stat. Now let's just win, baby. Now, he's been quoted as saying, it's not about proving other people wrong. It's about proving the ones that believed in you right. The Raider Ramble wrote, this quote sums up everything for the Raiders quarterback coming into the season. Again, the easiest way for Carr to make all of this speculation go away is to simply win games in Vegas. Now, while Tom Brady is the GOAT, the Raiders don't need Carr to be that. All they need him to do is to get us into the playoffs.
Yes.
And if not, TB4, he was right to ask. You're sticking with that MFer? Silver linings. I'm totally stoked, excited, giddy, insert adjective here. I cannot wait to see what Trayvon Merrick is going to do at safety this season with silver and black.
Absolutely.
Now, all early reviews have been glowing. So let's just go ahead and just sit back, get our popcorn, as T.O. used to say, and watch the show and magic begin. Now, the hit list. Rachel Nichols, Dan Snyder, Jim Rome, Tom Brady, Mike Wilbon, Insurrectionist, and as per usual, Mike Ditka. Respect goes out to Sugar Shane, Graphic Raider, Kevin the Raider Nerd, B-Dog in the Pasture, the real B-Dog in the Pasture, Raider-born Rico, Watts Raider, Kill Jade, Bobby Wasabi, Raider Homer, His Lordship Paul from Shropshire, Lady Haley, Michelle Sweat, Monster Mash Can Coach Davis, Samoan Raider, Big Easy Raider, Tyrone Graves, Rev Raider, Sanjay Raider, Oso Raider, Fabricator Gill, Wyo Raider, Raiderettes and yoga pants everywhere. Raiderettes and yoga pants everywhere. Dead Scroll Steve, I'm not done. The Historian, Splatterhead, and the Yanibra Nation. And I mean it this time. Rue.
All right, there we go. Nice. Here's Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider. Great job, Aaron. So funny. I love we got the remix version there on the Raiderettes and yoga pants. Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was good stuff there. Appreciate it, Aaron, as always. Love it. So, 2 things that jumped out to me, Swag Jeff. I'm fired up for Trayvon Merrick, too.
Oh, right? 100%.
Are we? What was the last time we were this fired up for a Raider rookie?
I mean, probably Josh Jacobs.
That's who I went to.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Was it you too, Mosh?
Yeah.
You thought the same thing? Yeah.
Yep.
We're like, you feel that like the electricity of what's getting ready to happen. Like, I think it was Josh Jacobs. And then, the whole Devontae Adams thing. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's with franchise tags and everything else, I think it's a little bit of a pipe dream. Yeah. But look, if
there's some people in the chat right now that are saying, hey, maybe let's trade and try to get him.
Well, that's the thing, is that you might be able to, and especially going into this, like, would it be to get, look, if you're going to stick with Derek and he's going to be your guy, like, I think there's merit, Mosh, to making a major move. I mean, I'm not typically the guy that goes like, we need to trade this and trade that and do this and do that. It's not a Madden game, but these are one of those kind of unique situations where it's like, you kind of see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd do it. Why not?
Well, that's the thing. Like, what are you going to do with those picks otherwise? Like,
right.
You got to.
Everyone's going to bitch about your first round picks anyway, so give them a couple of them.
But you're kind of built to win now, like you should be anyways. At this point,
the way he was just describing that offense, I mean, that's deathly. I mean, who's going to stop that? No one can stop that. We'll score 60 points a game.
Yeah, if we were to play the Titans.
As long as we don't give up 65.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We play the Titans, and the final would be 65-62. Because neither one of them can play defense, but they'll be scoring. It'd be freaking making it rain out there on offense. All right, we've only got one voicemail this week.
Okay.
Of course, coming in clutch is the legendary Houston Raiders Steve.
Murf, Mosh, Nation, Swag Jeff, everybody. Houston Raiders Steve. My spotlight this week is on Ben Davidson, 6'8", 275.
Come on.
Grew up in Los Angeles, never played high school football. Played at University of Washington, member of 2 consecutive Rose Bowl winning teams. He played for the Packers, Redskins, Raiders, and the WFL Portland Storm. He played 152 games. He joined the Raiders in 64. He played in Super Bowl II. He was known for the hit that he did when he speared Len Dawson. Jets Winston Hill called Ben the number 1 cheap shot artist, and he led the league in late hits. They said that Ben would hit the quarterback in his car with his girlfriend after the ball game. He relished being a villain. He went after opposing quarterbacks. Everybody remembers the hit that he gave Joe Namath and everything.
Yep.
And that picture was at the Raiders headquarters. I love that. I remember seeing when he mauled Bob Greasy. He was in movies, TV. He was on The MASH. You name it, he was in it. He was also a cameo in the Marilyn Chambers movie. That's this week's Spotlight on Ben Davidson. You can't remember the future without remembering the past. Goodbye.
Oh, Big Ben was up for an Oscar in that role, Mosh.
Was that Behind the Green Door or Insatiable? I'm not sure. I don't remember which one. Why do I know those names?
that was a big deal in that era.
It was huge.
It wasn't
so
like
big.
You didn't have to be in that world to know what that was. It was a pop culture thing at the time, was it not?
It sure was.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Schmuck for Schmucky.
Schmucky, yes.
Schmucky is spelled, for those of you, SCHMUCKY. Okay? Schmuck is a pejorative term meaning one who is stupid or foolish, or an obnoxious, contemptible, or detestable person. The word came into English language from the Yiddish, where it has similar pejorative meanings, but where its literal meaning is a vulgar term for a penis.
Oh, no! Oh, wow!
Oh, no!
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, okay, sorry.
Schmucky the bear.
And I don't know where that came from. And also, too, I saw a couple people in the chat were like, I guess there's a Raider Bear content creator. That was not, I had no idea. Like, that was not any kind of a shot or anything at any particular person. That's just my dopey brain coming up with a random name. I was trying to think of somebody that would wear a full face covering as far as a costume, and I thought a bear head.
I'm going to be really upset if there's not a Schmucky the Raider Bear somewhere in the black hole this year. I'm going to be real upset.
Michelle just said, oh, that took a turn.
Yeah. Oh, Mosh with the
She says, let's just go with the first.
Let's just go with the first.
I agree.
Well, that's what I was thinking. A schmuck, a knucklehead, like a knucklehead. Yeah, that's all I was saying.
Anyway. Because it's like the term, the bloody idiot. But in England, you don't say that because that's the F word.
Yeah.
We'll just take it here as our Middle Tennessee schmucky talk.
Just schmucky talk. There's the next show after Richard Smelter's show. We will have now. We're going to reincarnate the fan club blitz, and it's going to be led by Schmucky the Bear, and it will be Schmucky Talk. Yeah.
All right, so
I am the Sizzler.
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 wow, that ended so fast. So
It's your soundbite.
well, yeah. So here's the thing. Because
Hold on, I gotta stop you.
What?
Silver Blacksmith in the chat says origination of knuckle is in reference to a penis.
Oh my
got a
god.
penis reference and I didn't even mean it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. I'm such a dick.
So, so tonight's you schmuck.
Oh my god.
Okay, RFR After Dark is in full swing.
That's what Foxy Scorpio just said.
Oh my gosh.
Michelle says, I'm learning so much tonight.
Yeah, she learned that most of the things that we say reference a penis in
Oh
some
my
way or
gosh. All
another.
right, getting back to the Sizzler
Oh
Award
my
winner.
gosh.
So tonight's Sizzler Award winner goes
The
to
origin of the word sizzler, by the way.
the origin. Oh my.
Oh my, yeah. Oh jeez. All
Too
right,
funny.
please.
All right, so
Ron the Materator says, this episode brought to you by Viagra.
I am the Sizzler.
Sizzler.
Oh my.
because of our remembrance of Ben Davidson in the 1972 porno starring Marilyn Chambers, Behind the Green Door goes to Houston Raiders.
Hey,
Steve.
Houston Raiders, Steve. Congratulations.
Oh my.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today!
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Aaron says Schmucky is now trending on the internet.
Hey, and so
Hashtag Schmucky.
So tree climbing Raider.
Yes,
Tree climbing Raider
yes,
in the
yes.
chat just said he just took over the Schmucky the Raider Bear handle on Twitter.
Oh, love it.
He
Nice
said he was
job.
holding out to get on Twitter for a good name, and he just got it.
Oh my
I
gosh,
love it.
that's the best.
Yeah. Okay, so before the end of the show, we got some
we got some
a little
business to do. We gotta
take
do-
care of.
we gotta do a little
We got a
business.
little business. Get a
Yeah.
little business.
Talk about it, Hefe.
Okay, so we raised a lot of money tonight again, guys.
Oh, you guys
a
are
ton of money.
unbelievably
We
kind.
hit another great milestone tonight, and before I tell you, I'm going to tell you who all did what. We're going to
Yes.
start with the smaller donations and move up as we go.
But there is really no small donation.
They're all
They're
You know
all
what?
amazing
They're all
donations,
amazing.
and they all go to the same cause. So thank you so much to every single one of you guys. 17 people donated tonight.
Wow.
Thank you guys so much. We can't thank you enough.
Fantastic.
So we're gonna start and go down the list. So
Okay.
so Capo, Aaron the Q Dog Raider, $20 donation.
Thank you, Aaron.
Pete M, $20 donation.
Thank you, Pete.
Silver and Blacksmith, $20 donation.
Amazing.
Chevy Silver Raider, $30 donation.
Let's go.
Raider
I'm going to stop talking on every single one.
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
shut up.
Don't go.
Tell me to
Let's
shut up.
go. Let's go.
Because I'll just be all excited. I'm just so happy over here.
No, do it, man.
I'm gonna hold my applause.
Hey, man, celebrate it however you want, man. Raider Critique, $20 donation.
Yes.
Kill Jadis, $10 donation.
Come on.
Raider from Rosa, $20 donation. Big Silver and Black, $10 donation.
Oh my gosh.
Darth
Awesome.
Vader Raider, $10 donation.
Yes.
Dave Folter, $10 donation. Let's see. Ashton,
Love that name.
$20 donation. Franklin83, $10 donation.
Hey, let me stop you there.
Okay, go.
When the universe speaks, says throw a couple chips in for the old schmucky, the Raider Bear fella. It's just the right thing to do. That's from Mojo. So
Deal.
give 2 of Mojo's chips to Schmucky.
Deal. Okay. Deal. Okay, so some of the big spenders tonight. Pirate 1975.
And I'm going to start interrupting one more time. Mojo says, don't say how much I donated. My wife is watching.
Okay, I won't.
So put that sleeve of poker chips away.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, I won't say how much it is. I'll just drop them in there.
Okay.
Who was it? Pirate 1975.
Pirate 1975. Thank you.
$50 donation to the One
Yes,
Nation
let's
Foundation. Michelle Sweat, $50 donation to the One Nation Foundation. Mojo, When the Universe Speaks, an undisclosed amount of money.
You, Mojo.
Yeah, and then Big Bass Raider.
Oh my gosh.
Big Bass Raider. $200 donation.
Whoa!
$200 donation. And the winner of tonight's Henry Ruggs picture signed photo with $210 donation to the
Look
One
at
Nation
that.
Foundation. We've got Edgar V.
Edgar! Let's go, Edgar. Hey, this is going to you, Edgar. Congratulations. You have won this. The Henry Ruggs III spotlight photo diving into the end zone. What an incredible photo here, and cannot wait to send you that. So, Edgar, shoot me at Murf at RaidersFanRadio.com, MURF at RaidersFanRadio.com. Let me know your address, and I will get this in the mail to you right away, my man. Thank you.
So, that was 17 people that donated. That's a ton of money that came in. Guys,
this is unbelievable.
we raised $800 tonight. Yeah!
Yes! Thank
Two
you
shows
all.
in a row.
$800 donation tonight. Yep,
Thank
absolutely.
you all so much. Much respect from all of us here at Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you. Your kindness is amazing. And know that 100% of that money goes to Tracy's Place of Hope. And let's go ahead and give away the autographed Max Crosby jersey.
So
get a good mix, fellas. Get a good mix.
Aaron, the Q-Dog Raiders, says Edgar V with $210 for episode 209. Respect.
Oh, that's money, dude.
So
literally money. Yeah.
Are we doing next time we meet? We'll be back on our usual Wednesday show.
Yes.
For the Fannies.
Yes.
And are we gonna do a giveaway? Will that be our last one of this giving season?
We have an autographed Tom Flores photo that we're going to be giving away.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
Yep. And
wow.
It might be the last of the summer swag.
That might be the last of the summer swag. But you never know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, but we'll probably one more big one though. One more big, and that's the Flores.
Okay, so my hands in the bucket. I'm mixing them up because they were all dropped in, in order and
show the bucket, Ma. Show your camera the bucket.
Sorry, Jeff. I'll give it right back. So here's the bucket.
There's the
there
bucket.
they are.
There's all
and they're all in there, and they're all mixed. They're getting here. Jeff, you want to hold that? They're all getting mixed up.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Okay.
Okay, Ma.
So I'm digging deep, right?
Yeah.
Do I go
corner? That thing's got like a popcorn bucket's got corners in it.
Do I go deep? Do I go middle, or do I go right on top?
Right on the top, like take the first thing, like oh.
That one just found its way into my palm.
Okay, grip and rip. Now hold on. Now wait till Swag gets over to his thing there.
Okay.
Okay.
There it is.
So show the camera, but don't tell Jeff.
Keep it on him.
Okay. Oh, this is fun. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Don't look, Jeff. Show the camera, Mosh. Show the camera what the number is. We won't say it.
This number is really important to me.
Okay. Show it. Let's see. Okay. All right. Don't look, Jeff. Okay. Now go, Jeff. Go look. Go back to your spot there. Ooh, that's interesting.
That's interesting number.
You don't want me to stay right here?
Yeah. No. Right here. Well, hold it, Mosh. Yeah.
Okay,
Hold it.
So let's talk. Let's talk for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Let's talk.
Okay. And we know what the number is, Jeff.
We know what the number.
Everyone in Raider Nation knows the number except for Swag Jeff.
Yeah. All right. What is it?
So do you want to know? Everybody knows. Everybody knows the number.
But they don't know what their names are that he wrote down.
Oh yeah. So Michelle Sweat says her lucky number is the same as
the one you showed.
As my lucky number, which is the 13th letter of the alphabet is M, and there's 13 letters in my last name.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So the lucky number is number 13.
Oh!
So what is it? So show your list, Jeff, with the names on it.
Show the list. No, it's not.
No, it's Big Bass Raider again.
Is it? Are you kidding me?
The winner of tonight is Big Bass Raider!
Oh, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
How
Big
does that
Bass
Show
Raider.
it up there. Show it up.
Show it
Hold it
up.
up there so they see. Unbelievable.
Is this guy 3 for 3?
Big bat. Oh my gosh. Big Bass Raider 3 weeks in a row right there. Unbelievable.
Big Bass Raider. Congratulations
Holy
on winning the
crap.
Summer of Swag.
Big Bass Raider won the Summer of Swag.
Holy crap.
Big Bass Raider and I need to book our tickets to Vegas immediately.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, and you know what, though? It's not like he's not contributing, though.
Well, that's the thing. He's the highest contributor or close to it every week.
He's the highest contributor in total for this entirety of the Summer of
Yeah.
Swag.
Okay.
He's donated more. I mean, I think.
Well, because he's bought more chips, he has a better chance. So, right on. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think like 450 bucks, I think, in the last several weeks.
Oh, wow.
Three-peat
Yeah,
for
dude,
Big Bass
that's
Raider.
crazy.
Hey, so we need to get Big Bass Raider. We'll get this in the mail to you, of course, but we need you to respond with. We got to see pictures of you.
Yeah,
we got to see
show
pictures
us,
in
show
all
us
your
the Big Bass fan cave because it's full now. It's totally full.
Oh my gosh, that is insane.
Oh my gosh, your Mojo says, "Congrats, Big Bass. My wife is going to beat me."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm shocked.
I'm shocked. A three-peat.
A three-peat. Congratulations to Big Bass Raider. Thank you all so very
Chevy
much.
Silver Raider says, "Will you go buy me a lotto ticket, Big Bass Raider?"
Right. Well, and don't forget to, yes, Big Bass Raider, and 100% of that money goes to the One Nation Foundation, which is going to support the Politnikovs this year. We cannot thank you enough. And I mean, like Jeff said, man, the running donations, the running total,
it's unbelievable.
Over 3 weeks, like that is absolutely insane. At Edgar V. You got the Henry Ruggs picture coming your way.
Yep.
And we have something coming for Daniel Mangus, who was our big giveaway
Yes.
last week. We also gave a picture away to Raider Roo. So we're giving stuff away to everybody that's participating as much as we can.
Yes.
And congratulations once again to Big Bass Raider. Thank you so much for all of you that are in the chat room tonight. Thanks to Schmucky the Bear. Thank you to Uncle Mosh. Appreciate you holding it down over there, Uncle Mosh, in the Western Annex of the Fan Cave. Thanks to my best friend Swag Jeff over there, and y'all take us home.
We just call him good old number 2.
Yeah. Absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with silver. Ain't nothing wrong with silver at all. Just ask Chevy Silver Raider in the chat. Kill Jadis, Darth Vader Raider, Aaron the Q-Dog Raider, Big Bass Raider, Michelle Sweat, Edgar V, Franklin 83, Mojo. Who else we got in there? Pyron 1975. Thank you guys so much. Uncle Mosh, take us home, my man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you being here tonight. We'll see you next week for the Fannies. Thanks for listening tonight. For Murf, this is your old Uncle Mosh and Swaggy J to my right. You've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. What happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Adios, malingerers.
Well, I don't need Big Bass's email or his address.
No.
No.
I got that memorized now.
Yeah,
Schmucky lives, boys and girls. Free Schmucky.